Hello, my name is Given. Welcome to my video presentation on medical terminology related to the lymphatic and immune system. In this presentation, I will cover 4 key terms from the lymphatic system, break down their word parts, analyze a patient case study to identify 5 immune-related terms, and discuss one common disorder affecting their system. By the end, I will also reflect on how learning this terminology has helped me better understand how our body defends itself and maintains health. Let's begin. There, we are going to start with an illustration, well labeled as you see. The first lymphatic system term is lymphadenopathy. Lymphadenopathy means the enlargement of lymph nodes. This is often a sign that the body is fighting against infection. Let's break the word down. We are going to start with the prefix lymph, which refers to the fluid in our lymphatic system. The root eden means gland, and the suffix opath means disease or disorder. So when we put it together, lymphadenopathy literally means diseases of the lymph node. In our case study, the patient presented with swollen lymph nodes, which is a classic example of lymphadenopathy. It tells the doctor that the immune system is active. The second term is lymphocyte. A lymphocyte is a type of white blood cell. It is one of the main defenders in our immune system, and it is found both in blood and lymph. Let's break it down. The prefix lymph means lymph, so it is related to the lymphatic system. The root side means cell, and the suffix e just identifies it as a cell. So lymphocytes literally means cell found in a lymph. There are 2 major types we need to know. B lymphocytes, which produces antibodies to tag pathogens, and the T lymphocytes, which directly attack infected cell. In our case study, the doctors noted that T cells and B cells were active. These are both types of lymphatic fighting the bacterial infection. The third term is splenomegaly. Splenomegaly means an abdominal enlargement of the spleen. The spleen is a lymphatic organ in the upper left abdomen. Let's break it down. There is no prefix here. The root is spleen, meaning spleen. The suffix is megaly, meaning enlargement. So splenomegaly literally means enlargement of the spleen. Why does this matter in the immune system? The spleen filters blood, stores lymphocytes, and helps removing old blood cells during infections. The spleen can enlarge because it works harder to produce and store immune cells. While our case study did not mention the spleen directly, splenomegaly is a common finding in many bacteria and viral infections that affect the lymphatic system. The fourth and final term is tonsillectomy. This is the surgical removal of tonsils. It's commonly done in children and adults who have repeated throat infections. Let's break it down. There is no prefix. The root tonsil means tonsils, and the suffix ectonomy means surgical removal. The reason why tensils are important: tensils are clusters of lymphatic tissue in the back of the throat. Their job is to trap bacteria and virus that enters through the mouth and nose, acting as the first body line of defense. Now let's move to our case study. We have a 28-year-old patient with a bacterial infection. The key symptoms were fever, swollen lymph nodes, and fatigue. Lab work showed an increase in antibodies and cytokines. The immune response involves T cells, B cells, and macrophages performing phagocytosis. The patient was also treated with immunoglobulins. Eventually, the infection improved and the lymph node swelling went down. For this case, I identified 5 important immune system terms that we will break down next. We are going to start with antibodies. And an antibody is a protein made by B lymphocytes. Its job is to find and bind a specific antigen, like part of bacteria or virus, to neutralize them. Let's break it down. The prefix "ant" means against. The root body means body or substance. In the case study, the doctor notes an increase in antibodies production. This means the B cells were making more of the proteins to fight against the bacteria pathogens. Antibodies are also important because they help the immune system to remember pathogens, so we get faster protection next time. The next term is cytokine. Cytokine is a small protein made by immune cells. It acts like a chemical messenger to help regulate the immune response. Let's break it down. The prefix cyto means cell. The root kin means movement. The suffix e means agent or substance. In our case study, the patient had an increase in cytokines. That's normal during an infection. Cytokines help create fever, increase inflammation, and active T cells, B cells, and macrophages, so the body can coordinate a defense against the bacteria. The next is phagocytosis. Phagocytosis is a process where immune cells engulf and digest pathogens and cellular debris. Let's break it down. Phago means eating. The root side means cell. The suffix osis means process. In the case study, macrophage performs phagocytosis to engulf the bacteria. Macrophage and the neutrophil are the main cells that do this. Next is immunoglobulin. An immunoglobulin is a type of protein antibody found in blood and other body fluids. Its job is to help fight infections. Let's break it down. The prefix immuno means immune. The globule means the small protein or sphere. The suffix means substance. Lastly, we have macrophage. A macrophage is a large immune cell. Its main job is to engulf pathogens, debris, and dead cells through phagocytosis.